Bishop ana boko there.
Bibia boko, Charlie Bibia boko. Muna mubu ijuma.
We Ghana football was see na me kan ba say mo yima film.
Yet me you from sao. Say muna mu vote no. Muna mu campaign no vote no. And I like the fact that no meeting no wafa go and making your own analysis. When that is the way it's supposed to go. And Osha nominee announcement I hear on Monday. No, it was open to the journalists to ask questions, query some of the nominees, and even how the whole process is about.
Exactly.
And let me start by saying how we even select the various players into the different categories.
Okay.
We have a research team. They look out for performance of Ghanaian players all over the world. And then they put up a long list of players that deserve to be in the various categories. And then we have a board. There's a Ghana Football Board comprising of 13 people on the board. And Kaltufo is the board chairman. Augustina Info is the vice to the board. The other members of the board are Jerome Autry, Gary Smith, Sadiq Obama, Nathan Kwao, myself, Henry Asante Chum, referee Alex Kote, John Pentel. So these are the caliber of people that form the board. And so Muna committee need the long list no more. No more selected the various players or teams that will fall into the categories they are to. The other thing about this year is that we renamed a category which was called the Thumbs Up, which renaming called Football Impact, because we felt that Thumbs Up doesn't really befit the contribution to our Impact Award.
Right.
So we felt instead of Thumbs Up, why don't we do it Football Impact Award? And then we've introduced one new category, and we are announcing nominees, but we do it at the main event, which is Football for Good. And that one is open for players that are currently playing, but they are using their resources, their fame, their time to impact on their community.
Oh, okay.
Your players in the war, we charity works we did a follow-up, we did a research.
Felix, I know that some can say, a pure philanthropy. So why don't you go on and reward the people rather than categorizing them for a winner to be chosen?
Well, so the issue is the board also want to see the impact of what you did under the year under review. You get it? So they want to see the impact. Yes, philanthropy, but how impactful was that to the community? You understand? So that is what the board also wants to go into. But a new category, and we are open to discussions like this. And that is the new one that you're introducing. Yeah. Miteo, you make a very good point about the club CEO. And you see, the reason why we introduced this category 2 years ago is for the club chief executive officers to know how well administratively are making a manager of clubs. But we had an issue. And the issue is that most of the Ghanaian football clubs, the presidents are not the CEOs. But when it comes to say, Mountain State Akodi Award, the CEO, the president of the club wants to be the one who goes there and pick the awards because of Elisa or no, and you're doing resources. Any club, no. You understand? And I can give you an example. When we nominated Moses Amapaka of Midiama, in fact, we nominated Tetezuta, who is the club CEO. We had an issue from Midiama, and Midiama said no. Moses Ama should rather be there, but not Tetezuta. And I can tell you for a fact that even with these current nominees, the only person who the documentation after club administrative structure, no because of CEO, no, nations guy, no, Kwame. If you come to the police service, they don't have CEO, but BCOP Libya is more of the administrative managers of the police service. So they are okay with her being on that category. We got in touch with Hoho United. Hoho United, almost CEO of your friend Edem. But Hoho United is also insisting that we have Honorable Peter Amewu as the nominee, not the club CEO. So now we've already put up the category out there. So the board is also contemplating maybe changing the name of the category because of issues that were raised, which are very legitimate. The people we see, 3 of the people there don't have the title CEO from their club. Dr. Randy Abe is the president of the club. But for some time now, he's run the club as a CEO. And the club feels if it comes to getting a reward, they want to have the CEO as the one picking award. And the same thing even happens to some artists, where Dr. Insentre has to pick the award for some artists when they won it. So these are some of the issues. But I think that going forward, maybe the board will find the right name to restructure the category name.
Awesome, fantastic submission. But my worry is the omission of the Bibiani Gold Stars CEO, because Mr. Randy Abe's team Hearts of Lions are doing incredibly well. But almost the Gold Stars are say nations for also air yard, but they're in the pole position to win the league alongside Gold Stars. What even beats my imagination is that in the home base player of the year category, we have a Nations FC, we have 2 Nations FC players, and we have a Bibiani Gold Stars player. In the coach of the year category, we have a Nations FC coach, and we have a Bibiani Gold Stars coach. But in the CEO of the year category, we don't have a CEO of Bibiani Gold Stars.
Okay, so first of all, the clarity is the fact that you are winning the league doesn't mean you have a best club CEO.
Right.
What pushes you, the criteria behind that is first of all the infrastructure of the club, how they've put up, well structured their team in terms of the administrative aspect. If you look at Hongo United, who share investment are Dr. Peter Hussein, so Muto Club, Liberty, who share how best. I think even if you look at Hongo, their venue, their match day revenue, it's even better than most of the Premier League clubs. If you look at the investment from Nations FC, top notch. You get it. So it is not always about say ABR.
But Bibiani Gold Stars is equally professionally structured, and they've equally got good facilities as well. Felix.
So yeah, I understand you, but what I'm trying to give clarity as to you kind of say criteria now. They selected the various. In fact,
but even you see, there's a precedent as far as the Ghana Football Awards is concerned. Ever since you guys began, club CEOs has been tailored towards Premier League winning CEOs. So
you see, so I totally agree with what you are saying. Aban say that is what the trend has looked like. But let's share the past winners. Who share Dr. Insentre Samates say? Look at what Samates did. They have their new stadium, they have their clinic, they have their women's team, they have a hoster that cater for the players. If you look at Midiama, when they won the league, preparations were far advanced. They were building a new structure for the people of Takwa in terms of their football. And it happened there at the time Omoji League, and trust me, when even Nanaya Amponsan won it, we could see what contribution administratively he brought to Kotoko. And we've seen how Kotoko have struggled administratively. You see, I can't defend everybody in the category because the fact is I don't even vote to put them in the nominee category. You understand? Sure. Everybody on the board represents it, and they feel so these are the people that get into the category. And I can tell you for a fact, way particular worries, a lot of people have raised that issue. And probably me, if I have the voting right, I probably might have voted for the Bibiani Gold Stars man to be in that particular category. But this is the 70th of the award. Probably maybe I can push it to
my brother. You should be asking the board, with all due respect, after match day 34, and Bibiani Gold Stars emerges as champions of the Ghana League, and we do not even have the CEO in the categories of CEO of the year. Every raising issues about credibility kakrao. So be a waji league. No nominated CEOs makumako 4 ni din kuranim.
You see, you can say that's why I'm a catcher. Would you also agree, say the 4 people who are there said, Nana, the more opportunity say you back from never be any Gold Star Shema. Who would you?
May Dr. Randy Abe film.
Dr. Randy.
I may in a film.
And so it comes down to you kind of saying for one reason our map enter you Dr. Randy Abe.
Maybe not free because the work plan in terms of infrastructure no and move be any DN so and the professional manner in which the clubs are being run and move be any DN so and on the league table they are performing better than Randy Abe's Heart of Lions. So what significant has Randy done to be in the category than the Gold Star CEO?
So Nana, me to see perfect.
Because this Ethiopia winning league, Amewu winning league, Nations no Randy, then Omoye.
So that's what I'm saying there. I don't want you to make the conversation around a title winning team.
Oh no. I'm saying it's not. And why explain that,
I'm totally on your side if you talk about the infrastructure. You understand? I'm totally on. That's why I said that if I had the opportunity to vote, I would probably have voted for BBNE Gold Stars based on the same reason I share with you.
Right.
But you see, they are different. We have about 12 people on the board, and everybody might have a different opinion why he's choosing this particular person. And I can tell you for a fact that
with all due respect, who's the board phoning them now for? But on this category, they got it wrong. Trust me. In my humble opinion.
Yes, and I can tell you for a fact the long list after our research and all that, the long list we presented to the board, the BNE Gold Stars was on the kind of thing, on the category as one of the things they should look out for. And give our reasons. So
but you can't be on the same side with them. I understand you.
Thank you. You understand? I'm sure that Gary might have voted differently. Maybe Nathan Kwame or Sadiq Obama or John Pento might have voted differently, or Henry Asante Chu might have voted differently. But you see, when in our edition, probably maybe going forward, we can also look at, before you even get into the category, there are some key indicators we need to put out there. But I think for us, the best thing is to how best we can, if there's a rename or restructure the category name. I think the conversation should start with that. But I totally agree with you, sir. If I were in your shoes, probably I would have also picked the BNE Gold Stars. And some of the awards in there, the little bit of controversies might pop up, but I think that in the past 6 years, you would also admit, sir, in as much as there's been little controversies, we've done quite well.
No. This award is unique in its own right, and it's the only award that singularly rewards football in Ghana. What did I say? I'm not even sure the GFA has an award scheme that is bigger than your awards. So on that score, I give you thumbs up. But on say, asem the bar, now you say they are not to me.
And how do we even pick the winners? And what we do is we have what we call the Club 100. 100 and a voting. And Nana, you are part of the Club 100. Nanedu is part of the Club 100. Josiah, we have other journalists, we have all captains and coaches of the how do you call it, the 18 Premier League teams. We have coaches and captains of the various national teams, and all these people, cast their votes during after the nomination has been announced.
Right. Felix, Namia Aduma, next week, we'll be there to cover the events for you guys. And you've been here at our studio.
Oh, remember.
All right.
Remember Max TV, Max FM now.
Nyankupon shall be brave, that's it.
Chalo, Tina, go for no more to the and divine this and loud.
I could go for Tono.
Me count 9.
I will call you and come here and I need to go come, okay?
They do come around.
All right, thank you, Felix, for your time. Michelle. Michael, say dreams. Felix. Hey, Michael Murphy. There be Michael raising issue. Michael say, get on your friends and Stella Nyameche. Were few dreams. It's all Bobo America, but she was nominated in the home-based female player of the year category. Ebiana, they checked her performance before the film. Let's try to learn before we call him. One for Felix back. Okay. Felix.
Yeah.
The moment you drop the line, then Michael Mate, our social media guru, just came to tell me, said, Stella Nyamiche, mo nominatino for home-based player of the year in the name
Yeah.
of Dreams Ladies. And so we're free Ghana Bobo America in Tiabana saying.
Okay, so we share time now of free Ghana, Echo, even in America, she hasn't even played a lot of games. And see, we share the performance so our women's Premier League. She was the second top scorer in the women's Premier League. She missed, I think, about 4 or 5 matches per our women's Premier League. And that is the reason why we put her in the home base category, because about most of the year under review, born in Ghana. Same as Mariam Ponsa, who was the top scorer in the Women's Premier League. She played most of the games in the year under review, Emma and Pimda Kwan ladies. So there was no way the performance outside ever to me putting into a category in Ghana. And that is the reason why you can't say we put those 2 girls in the home base category. Then Mariam Ponsa as one of the nominees for the Footballer of the Year. Most of the games on board, on board there 4 games, Mariam Ponsa, it's the same. So most of them played half of the games in the Women's Premier League before they left to their various clubs.
Perfect explanation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
It's a but Felix will always give you the right answers. At least he's done well to do justice to our, objections and reservations about the categories and the nominees. Nanedu, I will return to you, but to say, Mekwa Kofa, Coach Ignatius Oseifosu, he was